It's the MTPredictor weekly market update for October 20th. So we are solidly in the last quarter of the year here, your earnings season, everything. We had finally an end to the debt ceiling in terms of their political wrangling over the issue. Obviously, it's probably will come up again, but we've raised the debt ceiling. I don't know, was it now 13 times in the last 10 years or so? So anyway, those political footballs will continue to come and go. What we're interested in is, what is the market doing? Obviously, we anticipated that they would be buying the dips and then probably sell into the news release. But the market has moved forward. Here's our S&P here. I'm on the monthly chart. So let's just map out again our monthly resistance. And we know we're solidly in that resistance level now. So the market is in an area where it could correct. I'm looking at this $1,800 nice round number level in the S&P, and deeply into the monthly resistance level. Let's just look at the weekly chart here as we kind of come down here. You see the level here. So you see we had a little selling that came in here in terms of the weekly chart. If we put the analysis on here, didn't make it to the target, but obviously reached the 100% initial risk line. So if you were short anything there, break-even stops. And let's watch for this 1800 level again. If you're going to be long, again, that might be a good target if we can reach that. Other than that, be careful taking new longs in here. And if we get up in that $1,800 level, we'll see what patterns and so forth look like, and maybe look for another short setup. Now here on the daily chart, you do have a sell signal here. There's no nice pattern associated with it, but again, we are in a major resistance level in terms of the monthly chart. This is not what we call a standard trade setup because the trend indicator here says the trend is still up. Obviously, we know that's the case. Let me see if I can. I'm going to have to move this. Let me just take that monthly resistance so we can just analyze this particular setup. So an entry here is 1726.75. The target here is off the last decision point, off the last swing into the high. 1627.5, and that's about 7 times the initial risk on that. Again, so we're in an area where we could correct, so that certainly could be. If you're going to get into something like this, then again, the 100% initial risk lines around that 1713, and you can have your stop to break even at that point. I'd rather see what we get up in this, if we can get up into that $1,800 level. All right, let's take a look at the Dow. Do this. I always say I want to go quickly, and I always take more time than I want on these, but the Dow here, you can see the Dow is lagging. Here's the daily chart. It is not where the S&P is in terms of making that new high. So it's been the weaker market. We've seen that intraday. Let's look at the position on the, well, let's go to the monthly chart here so we can put the level on. And am I on the monthly? No, that's still the day session. Alright, so here's the monthly chart. Now this pattern, you can see it's not a 5-wave pattern because this, what would be wave 3, is too small. Can't be the shortest wave there, but let's just take a look at the last swing high from the monthly chart here. Take our decision point, and you can see again we're in solid into the monthly resistance here, and the Dow, the nice round number up here, 16,000. So maybe again it's been lagging. Didn't make the new high last week, but if the S&P reaches that $1,800 level, then we should see that it's probably 16,000 in the Dow. It should catch up there. So there's our monthly resistance. Then again, we go down to the weekly chart now that we know the major resistance, and you can see the Dow is trying to correct in here. This is all this action from the debt ceiling and what's going to happen with that. So you've got these kind of fits and starts here, but again, we are in an area where we could see a major correction. Don't have any sell signals here on the Dow and the daily chart. Let me just see the I just want to check. Obviously, this is going to be a wave 2 or B that we're in. If this is a significant high, which it is in terms of the monthly chart, we've seen that. The question is, it doesn't look like an ABC. Let me move this out of the way here. Let me just see the minor pattern here. Yeah, if this were an ABC correction, but we'll wait and see. Let's wait on this and see if we get an ABC type correction, and then we'd have a holy grail set up to the short side, but we don't have that yet. Okay, daily chart of gold here. We had these buy signals come in. This is the STF here is red. I'm just gonna make this a little thicker. All right, so you can see it's not a standard trade setup, so we'd be sticking with the long. I'm sorry, the short here. Now this obviously was a huge target, and some may have taken the stop in this area for 4 times the initial risk. If you're still short this, again, the larger target is all the way down here for a nice 12R around 1150, and we'll see. Again, stops to break even there, so you can't lose on the trade if you're still going to hang with this. And then on the weekly chart, actually let's look at silver in the weekly chart here, because that's what we're looking at in terms of pattern. Was the wave 4 here, and we projected our wave 5 down. Again, very easy using the tools and the software here. Here's our minimum wave 5 target, and let's just do the risk reward based on this. So again, that's twice your initial risk. The 100% initial risk line, let's see what was the low there. On this candle low at 2050. All right, so just a few ticks shy of the 100% initial risk line. All right, so we want to see that 2020. If you can get to 2020, you move stop to break even. It's pretty close, I guess. If you're going to move your stop to break even, it's kind of tight right in here. And so we'll see if it can make one more break through this level. If so, it's not too far to the target there. Again, no strength on the STF here. Still neutral. So we'll see how that finishes out. I don't remember the nothing here on the daily chart in silver. All right, now let's look at some of our option candidates. Remember, I had the list here. I'm going to narrow it down a little bit. Let's look at deer. I think I've already got up here on a chart. All right, now there's a little long signal here in deer. Let's just look at the all right, it wasn't a standard trade set up here, but you had some support here as you had here. Probably, if it breaks out of this consolidation level, this one is this one typically we've seen begin to trend between October 22nd and December 19th, and it's done so 10 of the last 10 years. It's had a profitable bullish move during this period, so just a couple days. So look for a potential break of these levels. You can see how these highs are here. So we want to see it get outside of that range. Let's just see where the target is. So that's basically the target is here. So if they take out these minimum and typical wave C levels. Probably going to head to the $90 level there, typical wave 3. Just seeing the let me take a decision point off of this. So you can see that was a significant low there. It's been pretty choppy, but they haven't been able to get back down into that level. So if they take these levels out, that may be the run into December. We'll see. This is the kind of the next major swing here, and so just above that $95 level is your next major resistance there. All right, let's look at Honeywell. Here is another one that's tracking pretty well. This was a buying back here. It's gone through that target, retrace, and is trading above those levels there. Your next support is going to come in just above that 80 in change level here. So watch that level. That might be a good. Again, this is for options. And this one is same with a deer. October 23rd through the end of December is the time when this tends to begin to trend. And again, it's done that over the last 10 years. 100% of the time is it trended higher during this period. So again, past performance, no guarantee of future results. So there's just candidates or ideas, something maybe to get you started and start narrowing down the list. Then let's look at ETN. I don't have that one up here. Let's get it. All right, this one's just been consolidating a bit. I'm just going to check the monthly chart here and see where we are. You can see this has been moving higher. I think we've already taken this level out, so that's a nice bullish sign there. That's tells us we're going to get trend continuation. And so this one, again, you probably want to be looking to be a buyer on a pullback if you can get it. Here's your next support level down here. Right on that 65, 64, 75 level there. Let's see where this target on this TS setup was here. All right, so we did hit that target there. So here's a pullback. Let's see. We still want to try to get it on a pullback. We'll have to see if the pullback may be done there and it's going to move through this area. But anyway, at least try to pick it up on a down day. Let's see, GPC. Right, this one had a nice spike down here. Let's just look at the monthly chart and see where we are. This one, also starting October 22nd is usually, well, the last 10 years is when it started its run. Again, here's the, obviously this one's already another really bullish one. That's taken out the monthly resistance there. The next level, that's got, oops, I don't know if I got that on right. There should be a level here that's been taken out as well. Just looks like a larger degree ABC pattern there on the monthly chart. So it's with the trend. Go back down to the daily chart here. So this little pullback here is in a support. All right, got a high volume spike that came in, so that tells us could be professional buying. What we want to see is we want to see a blue buyer's candle. So those with the software will be looking for a blue buyer's candle before you set anything up to the long side. Now this TS2, let me just see where the because that's telling us this is a wave 5 down. So we've achieved the minimum wave 5 as well. So that may have bottomed here. So there's a good one there to begin looking at. And then the last one we'll look at is Equifax. And again, same thing right around the 22nd of October. This is the daily chart. Let's just see the target on that. Just shy of the target there. Let's look at the monthly chart. All right, another one. There was a nice long back here. Let's see what the target was on that. We've taken that out, so that was a monthly decision point. Again, another bullish sign, taking the major resistance out on the monthly chart. And you can see it's continued to move higher. Let's go back to the daily chart. So again, something that you want to try to get on a pullback. Your next resistance level in terms of the daily chart will be up here, just above 63. And the next support, let me just clear this off. Here, so just around this 58 plus level here, should find support there. Not going to be any real probably pattern coming into there, just a support, daily support level. All right, so this week, full economic calendar all the way through till Friday. You've got durable goods and I think consumer sentiment, but you've got news I think just about every day this week. So keep your eye on that. The earnings, obviously, hopefully we got this debt cloud kind of behind us in terms of the media circus associated with it, and news that was coming out that was making the market move both directions in different times. Hopefully that is aside, so we can find those patterns that are going to be reliable and not have to worry about the news impacting it so much. So anyway, that's it. Let's see how things progress here, and we'll come back and look at it all again next week.